up, gorgeous people? It's Amber. Welcome back to my channel. I'm sitting in my car waiting for the mall to open so that I can go get my nails done. I have a little one in the back seat here, and I just have some things that I need to get done and realized that I didn't have the intro outro done for my video today, and I really wanted to get this out for you today so that I don't derail again. But it's just a quick bow making video. Everybody likes to make their packages look as nice as possible, so a good way to do that is to add some bows. So I'm just going to show you a quick easy method that I use to make bows. And you know, I have a bow maker, and yes, I do use my bow maker, and you know, there's wires and all the stuff that you can use to make your bows with, but I just wanted to show you a quick simple way to make your bows. You don't have to buy the fancy wires, you don't have to buy all the fancy strings and all this stuff. You can just use simple twine. That's all I use, twine that you buy at the store or whatever rope that you have available. You don't necessarily have to use the wires and things that come with all of these bow makers. So I just wanted to show you some quick easy methods that you can do to make bows without a bow maker. Pretty easy, pretty simple, they look pretty awesome. And the bows that I'm showing in the video are really basic like bows. So I mean, when I do these, I beef these up so, oh my gosh, my little one. Oh boy. So I beef them up a lot. Noah, can I finish, baby? So I beef them up a lot with a lot of different layers. Clearly he's not going to let me finish this. So I beef them up with a lot of layers and a lot of, you know, different types of ribbon and things like that. So without further ado, before my little one starts screaming again, let's get into this video.
Okay guys, materials in the description box below. We're going to start with this 9 feet ribbon from the Dollar Tree, and you're just going to take the entire 9 feet of ribbon off of your spool. And then you're just going to find your ends so that you can fold your ribbon perfectly in half. Once folded in half, you're going to cut it in half, perfectly in half, and sit the one half aside, and then fold it in half again and cut it again. And you're going to do it again until you get to 8 pieces is what you want to have. So you're going to fold in half several times until you get to 8 pieces total for the one half of ribbon. The reason I do it this way is because you get them all exactly the same size without having to measure, and you end up using the entire spool of ribbon. So I'm going to repeat the same process with that other half, continuing to fold the pieces in half until I get to 8 pieces. For each spool of ribbon with this method, you get 2 bows. So 2 bows for each 9 feet of ribbon. So now the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and do that dovetail ends, I think is what they call it. So you just fold it in half and you kind of snip it at an angle. And you're going to do that for all 8 pieces for this particular bow. So you're going to need to fold each of the ends of the ribbon in half and snip both ends for this style of bow that I'm going to show you. So it's fold, cut for all 8 pieces. Okay, now that we have them all cut, you're going to take 4 of those pieces and stack them right on top of each other, just like that. Get some twine or whatever string you have available to you, and then just fold it just like I did there. See? Quick little fold. Take your twine, and you're just going to wrap it around to secure these 4 pieces of ribbon in place. So you're just going to tie a knot, of course. So I always tie my knots twice. That's just a habit I've done over the years. So once you've done that, cut off your excess, and then you're going to move on to the other 4 pieces and repeat the exact same process we just did. Stack them on top of each other, give it a little fold, wrap your twine around, and then knot it into place. Okay, now this part gets a little confusing, but all I'm doing here is just separating those pieces on each side so that you can give it the volume and I don't know how to explain this, but you're just separating it so that you can give it volume and fullness. That's the word I'm looking for, the fullness that a bow would normally have, because you want to have these gorgeous elaborate bows on your packages. So So that's all I'm doing here is just separating them out, fluffing them up to give them the volume that they're going to need. Now, I would also suggest if you guys are going to do bows like this, use different types of ribbon. You don't have to use all the same ribbon. I'm just doing this to show you for video purposes. But when I do these, I use several different styles of ribbon. I'll add several different layers. It looks awesome. Just have fun with it. Just go nuts, you know. And then once you have those pieces fluffed, you just take some glue, dab it in the center, and you're going to put them in opposite directions. So this one's vertical, the other one's horizontal. And then you wait for your glue to dry. And this is almost done. But all bows need like something pretty in the center. So I'm going to use a pine cone for this particular one. Add another dab of glue, stick your pine cone on there, and we're really close to the finish line now. But this has been a super easy process so far. It's all fold, cut, tie, glue, good to go. Now, of course, you need a way to attach to your package, so we're going to use these double-sided mounting squares. Add a little dab of glue, then add it to the back of your bow. Then this is ready for your package. Now we're going to move on to the next style bow, and this is also a fold method that I use. So find your ends, fold it in half, then fold it in half again, and fold it in half again. Now, you're just going to do that little fold that I showed you in the beginning, get your twine, and you're going to secure these folds together. So just knot it into place just like you did before. And I have already cut this ribbon in half perfectly. So now I'm going to take the other half that I cut and I'm going to do the exact same process. Again, the reason I do this is because I want my bows to be extremely full. Now here's me just fluffing it out, but as you can see, there was no like separate ends as we had with the other one. So I just kind of fold and fluff to make it look like a normal iconic bow. Now that was turned inside out from the way that it was folded. Just flip it right side out. That's simple, guys. See, just flip it right side out. It's really flexible. Most of these ribbons have wire in them, so just do what you got to do to make it look nice. Now as for the ends, I'm going to do that little dovetail method again where I just snip them to make them look like that iconic ends of a bow. Separate it out so that they're on each end. Good to go. For this, but you could stop here if you wanted to. This could just be one bow for you, but I want mine to be a little bit more volume, a little bit more thick. So I'm going to do the exact same process that I just showed you, finding both of my ends, folding it perfectly in half, and then in half again, and then in half again. And then I just give it a little fold, wrap some twine around it, tie it back into place, and do the exact same thing that I just did with the other one that I just showed you. So I'm going to obviously fluff this out. And again, anything that is inside out, because this is not double-sided ribbon, just flip it the right side out as I did right there. It's that simple, guys. Don't freak out about any of this stuff. It's just a bow. We can get this together here. So flip it all the right way as you see me doing here. Continue to fluff it out a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same thing I did with the other one by joining these two pieces together. So I'm going to go ahead and stick a dab of glue in the center of this piece that I'm holding horizontally. I'm going to flip that piece vertically and secure it on top there. And then I just added a clothespin to let it dry while I move on to some other things. Now that that's dry, I have a pick here that had some peppermint candies on it, so I'm going to use that for the center of this bow. But I also wanted to show you, if you don't want to add an embellishment on the center, you can just take a piece of that ribbon that you just used, just fold it as I'm doing here, and then I tie it into a knot, but you don't have to do the knot method. You could just secure it on without tying it into a knot, but I like the way that looks. So then you just, find the center there and wrap that stuff around, and then you're just going to glue it into place on the back. That's another idea instead of using an embellishment. Now you're just going to do the same thing you did with the other one, add a piece of mounting tape to the back of it, and this one's ready to roll as well. Now here I just wanted to show you, you can use some foam stickers from the Dollar Tree or Joann Fabrics or wherever you shop for your center as well. You don't have to use, elaborate embellishments like pine cones and peppermint candies and stuff. You can just use a foam sticker. Looks just as good and adds enough of a decoration to your bow. So now time for the moment of truth. Let's take the little sticker off and stick it on there. Boom! Stays on your package just fine. And the bigger bow does as well. You don't need ginormous squares. Ready to
So
roll.
there you go, guys. Pretty simple, easy methods to make some bows for your packages, to beef them up and make them look as nice as you possibly can. If you're new to the channel, I normally don't film in my car. This is a first for me. So if you enjoyed the video, I want you to subscribe, please. Subscribe, like, share, do all of those things to help other people find this channel. Thanks so much for taking the time to check this out, and I'll catch you next time. Bye! Seeing what I was doing and understanding what I was doing when I was like separating the ribbons and fluffing the bow and all of that stuff. But I mean, what's up, gorgeous people? It's Amber. Welcome back to my channel. I'm sitting in my car waiting for the mall to open so that I can go get my nails done because they look dope. I don't have intro outro for the video for today, so I am just going to move the camera. And I'm sitting here with my son. He's in the back seat. I didn't want to put him on camera, so that's why I have the camera angle kind of weird. This little truck out here. It's pretty awesome. So anyway, I just realized, no,